Hello, I'm Philip, the director and founder of Woft, Where Our Families Train, a private facility located outside of Orlando, Florida. And I want to personally invite you to some of the best family safety training in the country. At Woft, entire families are welcome, no previous training is required, and you will be a better version of yourself when you leave here daily, focusing on excellence. Experts practice differently, and a focus on attentive repetition allows you to learn more in a few hours than you would in days or even weeks at a standard course.
So this is the first time I've been through scenarios like this. I mean, I've done a lot of target practice, things like that, but this was more real life scenario, knowing when to draw and when not to draw. People are much more likely to face a violent attack than even have their house burned down, and yet, everybody has a fire alarm and fire insurance. So why don't we take the time to train to protect ourselves?
We have to be prepared to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Even though most of us will never be in a really dangerous situation, we hope we won't, we have to prepare for it. And that's why I enjoy coming here to the Woft in West Orlando. This is my second time here, and it's just to keep that edge sharp.
Every time you're out here, it's just more information to add to your toolbox. So I'm very mindful of my girls and a little more overprotective in the environments that I bring them in. I think we go into situations having a plan, so being out here and running different scenarios and understanding that different things can happen at different moments was very valuable for both of us.
I think it was great because I kind of got a little bit of everything, low light, hand-to-hand, out on the range. Definitely learning where my strengths are and where I need to work on myself and in that situation, which was really eye-opening. The scenarios are always going to be different, so you're never going to be put in the exact scenario you think you are, and so it's good practice and there's always something you can learn.
What you learn at Woft is the value of something as simple as a flashlight and how it can do more than just be a light. You can use it to identify people, you can use it to tell people you're there or that you see them. And so you learn more than just the application of the firearm it's more than just a firearms training class. It really gets you to a place where you're just not shooting a gun on a range at a target. The scenario-based training really gets your head around all the dynamics that take place in these uncertain scenarios, and it really teaches you a lot about yourself in terms of what are you going to do, what are you going to go through.
But the best type of fight is the one where you don't have to get to your firearm. The one where you can use your situational awareness to avoid it in the first place. Where if you happen to be in a scenario, you can use your flashlight as a deterrent. You can use your flashlight as a weapon. Creating the mental space where we don't have to go to a firearm. A firearm is an absolute last resort when there's no other option. The beauty of that is there's a multitude of options before you get to that. So picking up those soft and hard skills while here at Woft is something that everyone can benefit from. Whether you are a firearm owner, you're not necessarily ready to be a firearm owner right now at this current moment, there are still small, practical, and everyday things that you can do and learn from the staff at Woft that puts more confidence in your ability as you're walking about, knowing that you're competent and capable in the means of defending yourself if need be.
I mean, obviously I do this to protect myself and all of that wonderful jazz, but why I come and I train and I carry so many tools on me, a flashlight, a knife, a belt, a gun a lot of the times, it's not so that I can build up a wall between me and the rest of the world, but so that I can be the kindest and most helpful version of myself. Because if I am just me, bare hand me, I don't have the opportunity to help people without the fear of my own personal safety, because I have nothing else. But the more tools that I carry, the more kindness I can show to my fellow man, the more help I can give, and know that no matter what, I've got my bases covered. I've done everything that I can. I feel safe no matter where I go because I am my greatest tool.
Because where else in the world can you train with firearms and knives and combatives and mindset, and actually have your family and do it in a real world scenario.
Real life scenarios that you can actually take back to the real world and put into play. You guys will feel more confident and to be able to think to yourself, say, you know what, I'm ready for that. If it ever happens, I am ready. My family is ready for that. My children are ready for that. So this is what Woft gives you, an opportunity to actually live that world that you are so afraid of.
It was actually a very wonderful experience. I've never had this kind of opportunity to watch Victoria and to participate with Victoria in these kinds of activities. So it was a really great experience to be able to do it. And the instructors here are world class, and they treated us with respect, respected our boundaries, and really challenged us. So I highly encourage that fathers, bring your daughters. It's a great time.
Yeah, so obviously as a woman going back to my car, it was really, helpful to see how unprepared I was before this training, how I would react and if I would freeze or anything like that. So it was really empowering to do these types of tactics and trainings so that now I will not freeze and I know what to do next. And I was very nervous on if I would be the only female here, and that was not the case at all. And it made the environment a lot more comfortable because the other women that were here were similar to my level, so we were able to bond, and it made kind of training with them a lot better of an experience because we were able to feed off of each other and learn together and talk about things after and practice together. So it made the experience a lot more well-rounded than just taking a class and leaving.
But what I really realized about Woft was that it was the everyday scenario. I walk in a garage every single day walking to and from my car at home. I never really think about, again, having that extra flashlight. That's a game changer. You think about bringing your wife, your children, so that they can learn very finite things that could really make a difference from saving their lives and getting away from harm and getting to safety versus them being a victim. Every person wants to stay safe. Every guy wants to make sure that their family and their kids are safe, their loved ones are safe. If that is the case, you have to bring those folks to Woft because it's a different type of training. It's training that is applicable to everyday life. Not everyone's going to put on combat gear with night goggles and go shooting with 18, 20 different guys, as Philip likes to say. But everybody does want to make sure that they make it home at night.
So if there's a link with this video or a place where you can put in your email, wherever you're watching this, make sure you get more information to sign up now. There's a lengthy registration card. They ask you a lot of questions because they want to really get to know you, know your lifestyle, and know where you're at and how they can help you. Everything is custom tailored. Fill out that form. Get in touch with these guys. Get on a waiting list if you have to, but definitely invest in coming to Woft for you and your family, for your safety, for your future. It's just that simple.